जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज गोपी जया वल्लभा यशोदा नंदना व्रज जनरंजना यशोदा नंदना व्रज जनरंजना विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सदश्री श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सदश्री श्रीमद श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती महाराज प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की श्रीमद भगवद-गीता की ताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। Hare Krishna. So we welcome all for today's Bhagavad-Gītā satsang. So I think there are some few newcomers also. Can you raise your hands so that we can welcome? Hare Krishna. Thank you for coming. So we welcome the newcomers by loudly chanting one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you. Reading from Bhagavad-Gītā as it is, chapter 16, sloka 20. 16th chapter, 20th sloka. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. āsurīṁ yonimāpannā mūḍhā janmani janmani māṁ aprāpyaiva kaunteya tato yānty adhamāṁ gatim āsurīṁ yonimāpannā mūḍhā janmani janmani māṁ aprāpyaiva kaunteya tato yānty adhamāṁ gatim āsurīṁ yonimāpannā mūḍhā janmani janmani māṁ aprāpyaiva kaunteya tato yānty adhamāṁ gatim. āsurīṁ yonimāpannā mūḍhā janmani janmani kaunteya tato yānty adhamāṁ gatim.
āsurīṁ yonimāpannā
āsurīṁ yonimāpannā mūḍhā janmani janmani māṁ aprāpyaiva kaunteya tato yānty adhamāṁ gatim. āsurīṁ yonimāpannā janmani janmani māṁ aprāpyaiva kaunteya tato yānty adhamāṁ gatim. Word to word meaning: āsurīṁ, demoniac; yonim, species; āpannā, gaining; mūḍhā, the foolish; janmani janmani, in birth after birth; māṁ, me; aprāpya, without achieving; eva, certainly; kaunteya, O son of Kuntī; tataḥ, thereafter; yānti, go; adhamāṁ, condemned; gatim, destination. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedānta Swami Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation: Attaining repeated birth amongst the species of demoniac life, O son of Kuntī, such persons can never approach me. Gradually, they sink down to the most abominable type of existence. Purport: It is known that God is all-merciful, but here we find that God is never merciful to the demoniac. It is clearly stated that the demoniac people, life after life, are put into the wombs of similar demons, and not achieving the mercy of the Supreme Lord, they go down and down, so that at last they achieve bodies like those of cats, dogs and hogs. It is clearly stated that such demons have practically no chance of receiving the mercy of God at any stage of later life. In the Vedas also it is stated that such persons gradually sink to become dogs and hogs. It may be then argued in this connection that God should not be advertised as all-merciful if He is not merciful to such demons. In answer to this question, in the Vedānta-sūtra we find that the Supreme Lord has no hatred for anyone. The placing of the asuras, the demons, in the law of status of life is simply another feature of His mercy. Sometimes the asuras are killed by the Supreme Lord, but this killing is also good for them, for in Vedic literature we find that anyone who is killed by the Supreme Lord becomes liberated. There are instances in history of many asuras, Ravana, Kamsa, Hiranyakashipu, to whom the Lord appeared in various incarnations just to kill them. Therefore, God's mercy is shown to the asuras if they are fortunate enough to be killed by Him. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Gnānañjana-śalakaya Chakṣurinmīlitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhūtale Swayam Rūpa Gādāmahyam Dadāntischa Padāntayam Vandeham Shri Guru Shivdapatakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajadam Sahagana Runadam Vidadam Sajivam Sadvedam Savadudam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahanidam Shridam Vishakan Vidamscha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhudale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Panchakalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaः Hare Krishna. So we are continuing from the chapter the divine and demoniac natures. So basically in this chapter currently we are discussing about the who are demons and what are their qualities and what is their gati or destination where they will reach. So actually this chapter is like a mirror for all of us, so that how much we are demoniac. If we want to just have a look, we can have a self introspection here, because who is demon and what are his qualities and everything is described here. So to get a continuation to this today's translation, I will just read the previous translation so that we will get an idea. Those who are envious and mischievous, who are the lowest among men, I perpetually cast into the ocean of material existence into various demonic species of life. And again today's translation: attaining repeated birth among the species of demoniac life, O son of Kuntī, such persons can never approach me. Gradually they sink down to the most abominable type of existence. So here it is described what are the destination of the demoniac people. So last week we had a nice class by His Grace Chaitanya Prabhu, so he nicely explained about the enviousness and mischievousness of these demonic kind of people. So again in this sloka also it has been explained that they are going deep, dark into the darkest region of the hell. Like we can see in a muddy places when we go, generally during rainy season, when we go to the paddy fields and all, when we keep our foot without pressing itself, our feet will go down. We can have that experience. So it will go in such a way that actually go till our knee, like that sometimes. So in that same way, so those who are demoniac people, so due to their anarthas, they go more deep into this darkest region of the hell. So one wonderful thing which we can see here is that actually when we read this translation, so immediately if we just introspect, then we can think that how Lord can be merciful, because they are sending the demons into the most abominable type of existence. So we will get confused actually. But we can see the mercy of Srila Prabhupada's purports actually. So why we need a commentary by an acharya or a pure devotee? Because we cannot just understand Bhagavad-Gītā simply by reading the translations. Otherwise we will get confused. But here Prabhupada, how clearly he explains that even for those people also mercy of God is there. God is always merciful. So nobody can challenge that God is not merciful. So even for those people also God is giving mercy through another way. So generally we see those who want to forget God, so Krishna gives such a remembrance for them so that they can forget God also. So we will get confused why Krishna is doing such a thing to demonic people. Because we can see that actually every individual has the free will. So he has the free will whether to love the God or whether to leave God. So that free will is there for every living entity. the free will is also the one of the symptoms of a living entity. Like we see, like that consciousness is a symptom. Similarly, the free will is also one of the symptoms which a individual living entity has. So, due to the misuse of our free will only, we have come here. Like we have misused our independence, due to which we have taken birth in this material world. Actually, we all are we all should be with Lord in the spiritual world. But due to our independence and due to our ego, we are thinking why Lord should be worshipped, or why we should serve Lord, why I cannot be served, why he should be the master. Like that, when that thinking came in our mind, we have fallen down into this material world. That's what Shastra says. So here also we can see, due to the misuse of that independence, we have fallen down into this material world. But still we are not using that independence in the proper way, because due to the modern culture, we are being taught that you should be the enjoyer, or you should enjoy whatever we just eat, sleep and enjoy, like that. So in that way, people are thinking that there is only one life, so we should enjoy it to the maximum, like that people are thinking. So if we just think in such a way that actually if there is only one life, then why there is different kinds of living entities, or why even the living entities in the same species have different types of comforts and distresses? We can see it actually generally, like some are having more material facilities, some are not having more material facilities. So from this itself we can understand that there is karma is there, like based on the actions we have, we are going to reap the reactions. So Shastras clearly explains that there is, for every action there is a reaction also, as science also explains. Shastras also give the same version. So we should think that actually whatever we are doing, it has a reaction. So we cannot sit aside without doing any work. We cannot do like that actually, because living entity basically they are active, so they have to do some work. So they cannot tell that I won't work, I can sit in some place and I don't do anything, so that I won't get any sinful action, sinful reactions. But we can see that actually generally we cannot do like that actually, because by nature living entities are active. They want to do something. The service nature is already inbuilt in all living entities. So either we need to serve family, or serve nation, serve the country, serve the community, serve the society, or even in the worst case, Srila Prabhupada will serve the dog, the last case. So the service nature is already inbuilt within the living entities. It is the eternal constitutional position of a living entity to serve. So when we dovetail, or when we use that serving nature to serve the Lord, then that is the perfection of the human life. So we all have serving nature. So somebody may be serving the nation, somebody may be serving the company, somebody may be serving the family, somebody may be serving his caste or society. So, but by serving all these things, we won't get any satisfaction. The best example is Mahatma Gandhi itself actually, we can see. Mahatma Gandhi served the nation to the maximum extent. What happened to him ultimately? Yeah. So he was shot dead actually. So we cannot, even if we serve the entire population to the maximum extent, still also there will be difference of opinion between the people. Somebody will tell that he is not serving nicely. Somebody will complain that he is not serving, he is partial or like that. So in order to get the full benefit of the serving nature of living entity, we should serve the Lord. Because by serving the Lord, the entire living entities are satisfied. Because the thing is that by serving the Lord, automatically the living entity is satisfied, and by doing that good thing to the Lord, automatically he is doing the good thing to all others. So to understand this, we have an analogy you might have heard in Shastra itself. So in Srimad Bhagavatam itself it tells, Yatha taror moola nisheshanena tripyanti tatskanja bhujobas shaka pranavaharo yadendriyanam sarvaharam yat achyudejya. So this is a very nice example in third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, which tells Yatha taror moola nisheshanena. So two examples are given in this shloka. So first one is like yatha taror moola nisechanena. By watering the roots of the tree, automatically the leaves, the branches, the twigs, the flowers, the fruits, everything gets satisfied because everything gets the nourishment. Similarly, by satisfying the stomach, like when we put the food into the stomach, automatically all the organs of the parts will get satisfied. The same way, so in the similar way, when we serve Achyuteja, like the one who doesn't fall down, actually Lord Achyuta, but by serving the Lord, automatically all living entities are satisfied. So this is a nice example. So just we can take in an example in other way, like that. For example, the stomach is the enjoyer in one way. The hand may think that stomach is the enjoyer, why I should not enjoy. So if the stomach thinks that actually the hand thinks that from today onwards I will strike, I won't supply the food to the stomach. So in that way the hand is thinking that let me keep the food in my hand. So what will happen? The food is kept in the hand, gradually what will happen? The food will also get spoiled and ultimately the hand loses its strength. Then ultimately what will happen? The organ cannot work properly. But at the same time, when all the organs conjointly or cooperatively serve the stomach, then automatically what will happen? All the organs will get the nourishment or strength. In the same way, if you think that if all living entities, they are thinking that I want peace, I want happiness, and they are having their own agenda, propaganda to get happiness and peace, but ultimately they are not getting the happiness or peace. We can see that even by material advancement also we can see still there is a pinprick in the society. The main reason is that actually we are not serving the Supreme Master Lord Krishna. So in the same way which hand is thinking, similarly all living entities are thinking that let me serve myself or let me enjoy myself, so that let me get satisfaction to the fullest extent. But nobody is getting satisfaction. Even if we are if somebody is thinking that let me make more money, then they are not getting satisfaction. Let me eat more, they are not getting any satisfaction. Let me make more, they are not getting any satisfaction. So we can understand that satisfaction lies not in the matter, satisfaction lies in the spirit. By serving the Supreme Spirit, the spirit gets satisfied. Or by serving the Supreme Soul or Super Soul, the atomic souls also get satisfied. So that's what actually the Shastras says. By serving Krishna, automatically all living entities will be satisfied. So this is the basic instruction which we hear for many times, but we tend to forget actually, because we have been conditioned in this material life for many janmas. So to understand this and practically apply in this own lives, it takes some time. It's not easy to suddenly make a change in our own life. So first thing is to logically understand these things, like Shastras is giving the example, and the second thing is to implement these teachings in our own life, and let me practice it sincerely and let me wait for the result. What is the change happening in my life? So these are the ways in which we can have the spiritual life to be like the glimpse of spiritual life in our own life. It's not that simply by hearing and simply by attending the classes or simply by having prasadam, the transformation will happen altogether. The thing is that we need to do the homework in our own life. The thing is that actually whatever we hear, let me try to practice. We may fail for millions of times, 100 times or 1,000 times, but still we need to practice. So gradually when we try to practice, then we can see Krishna's hands in our own lives. So that's what actually, like Srila Prabhupada also tells one thing, sincerity is the key. So if one doesn't have any other qualities, but if one is sincere, then automatically Krishna will provide all the help in our own life. This we can see in the life of Srila Prabhupada. I was recently reading Srila Prabhupada Leela-mrita. So whenever we read Srila Prabhupada Leela-mrita, we will get more inspired and enthused to serve Srila Prabhupada and devotees. So Srila Prabhupada, in that Leela-mrita, it's been explained in around 1966-67. Srila Prabhupada has established ISKCON in US, and in many places like Los Angeles, San Francisco, Montreal, and many places, Mexico and all, many places, Prabhupada's preaching has been started and many devotees have went there to preach. So at the same time, Srila Prabhupada's Guru Maharaj's instruction was that actually to Britain or to British people also we should preach to Europeans and every places. So Srila Prabhupada, even in his own childhood times, actually when he was barrister, at that time they were forcing him that he should go to British country and take a degree over there. But Prabhupada's father, being a pure devotee of Lord Krishna, he doesn't want his son to go to British to gain any material education, but to preach spiritual things. He wanted his son to go. Eventually his eternal father wanted to go, that is Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. So at the same time, what happened was that Srila Prabhupada in 1966-67, so Srila Prabhupada wanted some devotees to be sent to Britain or UK to preach. So there were few couples at that time. These three couples were the exemplary couples for all of us, as a grihasthas for all of us to follow. So like we have Shyam Sundar Prabhu, Malati Mataji, and there is Gurudas Prabhu and Yamuna Mataji, and Mukunda Prabhu. Later he became Mukunda Goswami and Janaki Mataji. So these three couples, so they told Srila Prabhupada, we will go and we will assist you in preaching. So nobody was ready. So if we see the history of these three couples, they have hardly heard maybe less than 5 to 10 lectures of Srila Prabhupada. At the same time, they came to Prabhupada. Within 3 months or 4 months, they are telling that we will go to a different place and preach. So they came, and even the first marriage happened within ISKCON itself is between Mukunda Prabhu and Janaki Mataji. At that time, her sister was Yamuna Devi Mataji. So she was not initiated, but somebody should come from the girl side as per the Vedic culture. So she came and she assisted Srila Prabhupada in cooking, and gradually she became a devotee. She got initiated. So slowly everything happened in such a way. So in the same way, we can see that actually they went. So they went to UK, to Britain, and so very new place. They don't know anybody, a new country. They don't have any reference. Even now itself, whenever we go to even as a devotee itself, when we go to a new place for some small yatra, suddenly we'll call Hare Krishna Prabhu, let me arrange some prasadam or accommodation, everything. So we arrange everything and then we go there actually. For them, they don't know anybody there in Britain or UK. So they went there and they had to go for some other jobs also. So they were doing the jobs and they were all trying many other ways how they can make these people to Krishna consciousness. So they also took a vow that actually until and unless we get a center, we won't call Srila Prabhupada to come here and preach. But Srila Prabhupada was very eager that I will come over there, you don't worry about me, I can stay anywhere else and we can preach. But they were so adamant that actually, not adamant actually, they want that Srila Prabhupada should not suffer. So that let us establish something over here, then after that may Prabhupada come here and preach. So they were trying everything, and ultimately they met George Harrison, and they met the Beatles group, and gradually that Hare Krishna mantra became very popular and everything. It is a long story, but we have little time over here. So immediately like that it happened actually. So like that, then Prabhupada came, he met George Harrison. George Harrison gave place to them. Then they had Bhakti Vedanta Manor, very big palace, and gradually preaching happened. So in that, the point which I wanted to just share here is that, so what Satsvarupdas Goswami Maharaj, who has minutely recorded everything in that Srila Prabhupada Leela Mrita, through his mercy we are able to get the glories of all these devotees. So it is been mentioned here that what Prabhupada was telling them is that sincerity or the enthusiasm they had, that's what, for that actually Krishna has paid them. So what happened was that actually Srila Prabhupada told them, my Guru Maharaj has sent some sannyasis past 30 years before, but 30 to 35 years they came here, but they couldn't make any single devotee over here. But it's very I am very proud that actually my disciples over here, who are very new, they don't know anything, they are not being born by birth, they are not born in a Hindu family or like that. But what happened was that actually like they have made devotees over here, then established the temple, which my Guru Maharaj's dream is being fulfilled now. So Prabhupada was very proud. So what Prabhupada and Satsvarup Das Goswami Maharaj is telling is that the very important point over here is that what the quality which they had and the other sannyasi disciples of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj they didn't have, is that the faith in the Supreme Lord and in the instructions of the spiritual master. So these are the two things which they always had the faith. So the faith in the Supreme Lord and spiritual master, and faith in spiritual master means following his instructions and to have the faith in his instructions also. Like Prabhupada told them that you go there and preach. So already with the instructions the empowerment is given by Srila Prabhupada. So they have accepted it as it is and they tried the level best, and Krishna has blessed them and Prabhupada has blessed them with a temple over here. So this faith is the main thing which a devotee should have, the faith. And the faith and to have the faith in the order of the spiritual master. And what is faith? It is also explained in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Actually in Sanskrit, faith is known as Shraddha actually. So it is mentioned Shraddha Shabde Vishwase Sudrida Nishchay Krishna Bhakti Kare Hoy Sarva Karma Krida Hoy. So Shraddha Shabde Vishwase. So what is faith? Means the faith, the meaning of faith is that, so if one practices Krishna consciousness, or if one practices Krishna consciousness, then already he has done all other things. That is the faith which one should have. Still, because generally we feel that actually if we do Krishna consciousness, whether I should do some other thing extra also, along with some other rituals I should go do, or some other charity I should do. So this confusion will be there in everyone's mind generally. But the main thing is that we know, as earlier explained, if we satisfy Krishna, all living entities are satisfied. Even these demigods and all the forefathers and everything. That's why actually Narada Muni also instructs to Yudhishthira Maharaj also, Devarshi Bhudata Purnam Nirdarnam Nakinkaro Nayam Runicharajan Sarvahanam Ya Sarnam Sharanam Gado Mukunda Parihartha Gatim. So we have, from the moment we have taken birth in this material world, we have so many depths actually. To Deva, Rishi, to the demigods, to the fathers, to our father, mother, parents, to even to sun god, moon god, everyone we have debts. So how we can repay the debts? It's not possible for our own small living entity to repay the debts to others, to our to the teacher, maybe to the relatives, to the devotees. So many debts are there. So how we can then repay the debts? Just by satisfying the Supreme Lord. Sarvanam, like it's Gado Mukunda Parihartha Kartam. Mukunda, the giver of liberation. Just by satisfying the Supreme Lord, because from him all others he is indebted actually. If you see, we all are indebted to Supreme Lord. So when we satisfy the Supreme Lord, automatically we are no more indebted to any other living entities. So by having that faith, that just by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and following the instructions of Krishna through the medium of spiritual master and dedicating my life to whatever extent possible in that way, I am making my life perfect. If we have that faith, then automatically by Krishna's blessings and devotees' blessings, one can make the life successful. So generally we understand success means getting something in the material world. But whatever success we are getting in this material world will go everything vain once our body is lost. But whatever we do for spirit or whatever we do for the soul, that is eternal. Even whatever we do, even we do 1% also, we can continue from 1.1% from the next life. So in that way we should understand that whatever we are coming over here, we are hearing, we are having a nice kirtan, we are having prasadam, we are hearing lectures. So whatever benefit we are getting over here, that is eternal. But if we want to taste it for the entire day, for the entire life, what we should do is that whatever we are hearing, we should try to practice in our own life. especially like chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. So I hope all of you are chanting Hare Krishna mantra at least one round. Anybody is there who is not chanting Hare Krishna mantra at least one round? Anybody is there? There is no need to get shy. You can just raise your hands. I think all of you are chanting at least one round of Hare Krishna mantra. Along with that, we should try to read scriptures also daily basis, so that we will get like that. So we can know the mercy of the Supreme Lord through the purport. Today we came to understand that. So in that way, we should try to devote some time, because we are giving more time to the bodily activities. So why not we should get some time for the spiritual activities also. Krishna is not telling that you completely give me 24 hours. No. Whatever activities you are doing, you just remember me. Whatever activities you are doing. Mam anuspari vidyacha. Like what Lord Krishna told to Arjuna. The same thing. To remember Krishna means to remember his name, his qualities, his pastimes also. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also gives. By chanting Hare Krishna mantra, we are already remembering his pastimes and everything, all other things also. So in that way, by chanting this Hare Krishna mantra, we may feel that actually what is there in this Hare Krishna mantra. All people are telling you chant Hare Krishna mantra, everything will get. But Hare Krishna mantra has that much potency, because in Kali Yuga, Krishna himself, Kali Kale, Namarupa Krishna Avatara. Krishna has taken Avatara in the room of Namarupa. So even if we do all other things, if we are not chanting Hare Krishna mantra, we won't get the full benefit of this Kali Yuga. That's why it's mentioned Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam, Kalo Nasteva, 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 Gatir Anyata. Actually, the only way in this age of Kali is to take shelter of Lord Hari's holy names. Because that's why it's stressed 3 times. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama. If anything is told 3 times in Shastras, it means it has immense importance. Kalo Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva. There is no other way, no other way, no other way. No through karma, no through jnana, or no through dhyana, no other way. It's only through bhakti. That is the only way through which we can get, or we can have the pure love for Krishna. So we should, like we had a nice kirtan there. So with the same enthusiasm, we should have the to do the kirtan in your own homes, to chant Hare Krishna mantra daily. So that's what pleases Krishna. So Krishna is not asking us to give this much money or this much wealth or something like that. Actually, Krishna only needs our love. So whatever services which you are doing, we should do it with love. Even if we don't have that love, we should pray to Krishna that let me do these services with love for Krishna. So in that way we can get Krishna's blessings. So I couldn't discuss much of from the today's purport actually here. So here in this I just conclude with some points from this purport. So we can see that the mercy of Lord Krishna is there for everyone. So somebody will claim that actually Krishna's mercy is not there. Krishna's mercy is always available for everyone. Through his holy names, through Bhagavad-Gītā, through devotees, through prasadam, through his dhams, everyone is available. But it depends on our attitude to how to see it in our own life actually. So the example which Srila Prabhupada tells is that actually, so sunrise is available in the morning time when we go outside. Sunrise are available everywhere. But if somebody locks his rooms and sits inside and puts the curtains and tells that sunrise is not available, so is it a right claim? No, actually it's like because of his foolishness he is not able to get the sunrise. If we open the door, he can receive the sunrise. Similarly, Krishna's mercy is available for everyone, but only thing is that we need to realize it actually. So for that only Krishna has given us the intelligence to how we can think. When we read the Shastras, we can understand how Krishna is merciful, because he is there with us for millions of lifetimes. Even if one takes birth as a hog or dog or everything, Krishna is still there with us as a super soul in our own heart actually. But nobody is there, even our own wife or husband, nobody will be ready to take our own karma. But Krishna is always there with us to always guide us, to always make us, assure us that actually we are now leading a life in a most demoniac way. We should turn our life to the godly way. So here also we can see like that. We can understand that here, even for the demoniac people also, Krishna's mercy is there. Because if they are trying to forget Krishna. But even if they try to forget Krishna, Krishna gives the mercy in some other way also. We can see that even I can tell one instance. just for 5 minutes actually. Like once I heard, like we can see that Krishna's mercy is being we get through Srila Prabhupada's books. Generally, we see that actually. So we can see one instance it really happened in somewhere else in foreign countries. We can see. So one of the devotees was trying to distribute Srila Prabhupada books actually. So they were generally we can see that devotees are enthusiastic to distribute Srila Prabhupada books because by the books, because books will act. Even our words won't act for some time. They may one may give some lectures. That lectures may stay for 5 or 10 minutes, but books will be there for entire lifetime because somebody will buy, maybe his son or maybe other generation will read the books and they will become devotees. So in the same way, what happened was that actually it happened I think in some European countries. So one of the Matajis was trying to distribute Srila Prabhupada books. So generally we see that when in railway stations and all we have very limited time. So we will give the books to them, suddenly they will purchase and give the money. So in the short time they will try to have this transaction. So one fine day what happened was that actually, so they were trying to distribute Srila Prabhupada's books actually to them. So what happened was that actually one guy, he was so much Demoniac actually. What he tried was that actually he took the book and he pushed the lady. The train was moving and he pushed the lady. She fell down actually in the track actually, and she got a little accident and actually she got some injuries in the face actually. She pushed in such a way that actually her face got actually collided with a post actually, and he went actually. So people got astonished actually how he can behave in such a way like that actually. And this Mataji, she happily went. She took it as Krishna's mercy, whatever it may be, and she went. And after many years actually, how the potency of Srila Prabhupada happened was that actually, gradually what happened was that in the life of that guy, that Demoniac guy, what happened was that he became a loser actually. Everything left, his wife left, his son left, and he was in such a way to do a suicide itself in the home. And what happened was that actually only one good thing he did was that he kept the Srila Prabhupada books in the his almara on the shelf. Prabhupada books is like a time bomb. We don't know when it will explode. So what happened was that actually he was trying to commit the suicide, but at the same time some intuition was happening inside his heart actually. I should not do suicide because he is afraid actually. He doesn't have that much courage also. So then he remembered all these things and he suddenly went through that Prabhupada books actually. So he immediately opened that book and he could understand that actually this is not the end of a life. This life is like a small dotted point in a line of a pencil. Then he came to know that actually I am not this body. Then whatever I am now earning is due to my karma, and there is a life after that. Actually, how can be happy? So he started reading all these books, and immediately he contacted the nearby ISKCON center. He went there, and he immediately told how he came to like how he got the book, and he told everything to them actually. And he was so like he felt that actually like I did so many things bad and I should not have done like that to that Mataji and like that. So after that what happened was that actually when he went and he encountered the lady, immediately that lady was the same one he pushed him at that time, and lady was happily listening and she didn't react at that time. So he explained everything to that lady, that whether I could see that lady and I want to apologize for all these things. And the lady told that I am the same lady to whom I gave the book to you in such a way, and he immediately prostrated and he begged the pardon for the lady. But she was happy that actually because everything happened by Krishna's mercy and you are now a devotee. So only thing I just want to tell you is that just give this signs of Krishna consciousness to others. In that way he inspired that guy actually who was very demoniac. So in that same way actually we don't know how people will get transformed. So we cannot calculate with our own mind actually. So in the same way, like in this case also, like we can see that even the demonic people like Ravana, Hiranyakashipu or Kamsa, they also got the mercy in some other way. What happened for them actually? The Supreme Lord himself came and actually they were killed by Krishna's or Rama's hands, and in that way they got liberation. Means actually they have to take another birth in the form of a devotee, and they can practice Krishna consciousness and go back to Godhead in such a way. So in that same way, actually, the thing is that actually the main thing is that we can decide whether we can be divine or demoniac. It depends on our own mind actually. So our mind itself can become demon or can become godly also. So the best thing is that actually to satisfy the mind, what we need to do is that we need to read, we need to chant Hare Krishna mantra, because mind will give many plans. You do this thing, that thing, so many calculations and everything it will give. But ultimately we can understand that actually what our mind has given us till this point of time, we haven't got any satisfaction. So what we have to do is that to purify the mind, we need to chant Krishna's holy names. So at the same time, mind, we cannot force the mind to do the things. So at the same time, we need to convince the mind also. For that, we need to take the help of intelligence. So for the satisfaction of intelligence, we need to read the scriptures. So when we read the scriptures, automatically we can understand. When our mind goes in a wrong way, then intelligence will give an alarm or warning that you should not do this way, you should do this thing. So intelligence will give the warning to us. And gradually, then next thing is that actually when we do all these things, automatically our ego will get puffed up actually. Oh, I am doing chanting, I am reading Prabhupada books. So then we'll think that I am something high, like that. All these things are demons, I am a devotee, like that. The thinking will come in our hand. To nullify that ego, we need to do Sevā actually. When we do the service, we'll automatically become humble actually. So in that way, when we balance all these three things, like we have tripod, like mind, intelligence and ego. So like that three stand, similarly we have what we need to chanting, reading, and we need to do the Sevā also. So then automatically our spiritual life will go in a balanced way. So we all have all these things available in this Gita Yoga Center. We have chanting, we have kirtans happening here, we need to chant, and sometimes we do one round japa also. Then reading means we have many books of Srila Prabhupada's available here. So you can gradually start reading one by one all these books. All these books are like a treasure of wisdoms actually. So we can understand the science of Krishna consciousness, because we have a very limited time. We don't have time to read all the Vedas, Upanishads, Vedānta-sūtras, but all the things are being given in a tablet form to us by Srila Prabhupada's mercy through these books. So we should try to read these books. And we have Sevā opportunities also. We have many Sevas like cleaning, we can do cutting Sevā, cooking Sevā, post cleaning Sevā. Many Sevas are also there. So we all are welcome for the Sevā. So once we do all these Sevas, we will get some satisfaction like that actually. So this is the opportunity which we got by mercy of Srila Prabhupada, devotees, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Sri Radha Krishna. So we should utilize this opportunity, and we should advance every day like that. Generally there is a telling like that actually. We see like the Jewish businessman, generally what they think is that actually every day I should get at least 1 rupee or $1 extra than my day before yesterday's business. So if I get 100, I should get 101 or 102 like that. Similarly, we should have that same hankering or same greed for spiritual life also. So yesterday I have done this much spiritual things, then I should increase my spiritual things like that. So the desire will come in the association of devotees by reading Prabhupada books, by hearing lectures of Srila Prabhupada and his disciples. So gradually we should cultivate the desire. Then only we can gradually advance, and then we'll have the full benefit of all these programs. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So I couldn't cover most of the things regarding today's purport, but I think something was valuable, I hope so. Like Krishna's mercy. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
You said immediately we can't feel the change in our life. And you also said we have to practice. Like say, when I start practicing, what changes I can expect by practicing?
What changes we can expect actually? Okay. At the same time, immediately we cannot feel the change also. Yes, Prabhu. The change which we can see is that actually one thing is we can see some satisfaction, happiness which we haven't experienced before. That happiness which we can feel actually whenever we start practicing Krishna consciousness. Because we have forgotten this for millions of lifetimes. and we are Krishna's devotees only, but we have forgotten it. So when we reawaken to that process, then we will start slowly experiencing that happiness. I have came across one quote actually, like Krishna's like when we come to Krishna Bhakti, immediately Krishna will give some taste of happiness for us. So in order to sustain the taste of happiness for a long time, then what we will do is that he will examine us actually whether we really need Krishna Bhakti or we need some other thing. So immediately once we come in Krishna consciousness, initially we will have that enthusiasm, we have that taste and everything. So Krishna will give a drop of taste, like a drop of a nectar to us. So in order to sustain that nectar or in order to sustain that taste for a long time, we need to sincerely beg to Krishna that let me be sincere, or let me be enthusiastically or determinedly go with Krishna Bhakti. So in that way, once we practice slowly we can have that taste. Taste means the satisfaction, the happiness which we feel. That is the thing which we can understand from in such way. And the change, best change we can see is that if somebody is guiding us, he can know the actual change actually. We won't understand the change in our own ourselves actually. Like when we see in the mirror, we can see some change like that. So somebody who is guiding us or somebody who is senior to us, they can understand the change in ourselves actually. They can understand. They can change the way in the attitude.
Can you take the clippings, sir? Please.
But you can sit inside Maji, in that room also, if he's crying a lot. So in that way we can we can see Prabhu. Actually, one thing is we feel the happiness and satisfaction, whatever things which we do. Generally, we don't feel that happiness and satisfaction. Whenever we come here, we do some Sevā. Whenever we chant Krishna's holy names, we feel some happiness, and we can see some bliss actually. And second thing is that the change we can see in our own self is that when other devotees will, they can see it actually. It's okay, bro. The answer. Any other question devotees can ask actually? I'll try to answer as per my understanding. You have any other practical question or anything? Next.
I have one doubt, clarification. In order related to this, so in 7th chapter, 4th sloka, I think they mentioned 3 types of Vishnu that forms. I was not able to understand. Can you just
7th chapter, 4th sloka.
Right.
I'll just. Is it 7.4 itself actually? It's 7.4, but this have another earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence and the false ego. Altogether these 8 constitute my separated material energies. But
in the purport, I think they
Okay. Thank you, bro. Sorry, I checked the translation. Correct only, bro. Yes, I think this portion. You're telling about the Paramatma manifestation like that, some Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu.
Vishnu,
3 types of Vishnu.
something was mentioned.
Yes, bro. So
That I was not able to
understand, bro. So generally, Prabhu, like actually this detailed study of this comes in Srimad Bhagavatam.
Okay.
But I can just give a little for your knowledge, Prabhu, understanding. So generally we see like Krishna is the supreme person. He is Swayam Bhagavan. Like it's explained in Srimad Bhagavatam also, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So Bhagavan means he doesn't have to do anything, any other duty, even to do some creation, or he need to see, oh now sun has to rise or sun has to set, everything. Those duties are not done by Krishna. It is maintained by other, creation is done by Vishnu Tattvas and others actually. So this for this material manifestation, Krishna doesn't directly interfere actually. For that actually we have Mahavishnu, then there is Garbhodakasai Vishnu and Kshirodakasai Vishnu. 3 types of Vishnus are there. So Vishnu. This Mahavishnu or Mahavishnu, and Mahavishnu is also called Karanodakasai Vishnu also. Like 3 Vishnus are there. So generally what we see is that actually how this creation happens. Generally there is a causal ocean between this spiritual world and material world, and in this causal ocean this Mahavishnu actually he lies down, and from his pores when we takes breath in, breath out, so what will happen is that actually these millions of universes are being created actually. So many millions of universes are created from this. When he inhales, all these universes including living entities will go inside, and when he exhales, all these universes will get created actually. So all these universes, if you see, all these universes, like it's been explained like that actually. It's like mustard seeds in a box actually. We can see thousands of mustard seeds. So all these mustard seeds is similar to these universes. All these universes will have, we can see 14 planetary systems and like that, all that there. So inside this universe, inside each individual universes, these planetary systems which we see, 14 planetary systems are there. Inside each universe again there is this Garbhodakasai Vishnu. That Garbhodakasai Vishnu is this Anantapatmanaಭ Swami temple which we see here, and from his Garbhodakasai, in this Garbhodakasai ocean, the Garbhodakasai Vishnu is there, and from his navel there is a lotus stem which extends, and in this lotus stem there is 14 planetary systems like Janaloka, Tavaloka, Satyaloka, Bhuloka, Borloka, Atala, Sudala, Taladala, Rasadala, Padala, like that 14 planetary systems are there, and the top of this is Satyaloka or Brahmaloka, in which the secondary creator Brahma is there. And in this lotus stem, all the planetary systems are there. This Garbhodakasai Vishnu's planetary systems. And this again, Brahma is the secondary creator, so he creates, and then all living entities are there. Different living entities are there in these different planetary systems. And inside each this different living entities, Lord is sitting as Paramatma, as his localized super soul, and he is known as Kshirodakasai Vishnu. So in that way we have 3 types of Vishnus. I don't know whether you could understand it.
At least I got
A small picture, like 3 Vishnus are there. So one is Karanodakasai Vishnu, Mahavishnu, and from his exhalation, inhalation, all these universes are being created, and he is in Karma Samudra, and again inside each universes again there is Garbhodaka ocean. Inside that there is Garbhodakasai Vishnu, and from his navel the lotus stem is there, and the top of the lotus is Brahma, and the stem contains 40 planetary systems, and all these different 14 planetary systems are there. Then inside this 14 planetary systems there are living entities, and each living entity, inside the living entity there is Jivatma and Paramatma, 2 are there. No? Jivatma is our own soul. We are not these bodies, we are spirit souls, and Paramatma is Lord residing inside each living entity as a super soul, and that is Karanodakasai Vishnu. Okay, thank you. Anybody has any other question? If you want, I can just clarify. Prasad, are you? Prasad, ready.
One question. Sometimes even after understanding and practicing, so we tend to lose control ourselves. So how do we manage this?
Lose control of your emotions actually. So Prabhu's question is like, even understanding many things also we sometimes lose emotions out of control. Like any example, Prabhu, you want to specify so that?
Sometimes we may get angry. We know that we shouldn't be angry.
Okay.
But by unknowingly it is coming out.
Okay.
Or we are reacting in a way.
Yes. So That is very practical question generally, because we also get angry. It's easy to sit here and tell some things, but when situations comes also, we also generally get angry. Some tempting situations will come. So the thing is that actually, best thing is, before we react, it's better to think. That is one thing which we should do. But generally we don't think. After reacting, we'll think, I should not have acted in such a way. So situations will sometimes come in such a way that actually, but one thing is that actually, if even if I get angry, whether the situations will get solved or will get worsened, we should think sometimes. Generally, if we get angry, the situation will get worsened actually, we see. Because somebody is getting angry, we are also getting angry, then shouts will come, then automatically that problem won't get solved actually. So what we can do is that actually, before if somebody is getting angry to me, so let me think before reacting, let me think why he is getting angry, or what I should do, or how I should react. So that thinking should come in our mind. So again, that is not easy. So that thinking won't come. So that thinking won't come easily generally. So for that only we are actually doing some sevas, and so that we'll get we'll develop some humility generally, bro. So when we develop that quality of humility, so even if some senior devotee instructs us or chastises us, then we'll take it as Krishna's mercy. So the thing is that actually the only way is practicing Krishna consciousness only. But again, even after practicing, sometimes situations comes, we will react. So think before you act. That is one thing which we can do. Whenever situations arise in such a way, we may think. So whether I should act, what I should do, whether I should get angry. Because if I get angry again, it is creating more karma to me also in such a way. Generally, if you see in terms of karmic way, we won't be doing anything wrong, but somebody will get angry to us. Situations have happened for all of us generally. So if we react, then again we are getting entangled more into that karmic reactions. But if we think that actually he is shouting at me, so my weight of karma is getting reduced. If we think in such a way, then automatically what will happen is that actually, one thing is I am not losing my temper. If I lose my temper, automatically what will happen? Then again I have to think about that person during my reading, during my chanting. Every time I will think about that situation. So even my consciousness is getting polluted actually. So instead of that, if I am able to tolerate for some time, then I can be happy for more time. But if I am not able to tolerate, and if I get angry, then for the meantime I will be happy that I have shouted at him, I am satisfied, my ego is satisfied. But for the future time, I am sparing my consciousness, I am polluting my consciousness with that anger mood. So in that way, I think we can think and act, bro. I don't know, I could answer it properly, bro.
Yes, bro.
We can try, bro. So actually, like all these situations is increasing our tolerance also sometimes whenever situations will come in such a way. So one of the thing is that actually like generally Trinadabhi Sunijena and Tarorabi Saishuna, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always tells us this famous prayer. So we should be humble like a blade of grass and tolerant like a tree. So in order to go to a state, so we need to be tolerant, not like a tree at least, but at least be tolerant as a fan. Like in that situation, whatever possible to that extent, bro. That extent. Any question?
In this situation, even if we are able to control our anger, sometimes grudge remains. That grudge can go longer and then our behavior might change to a particular point. Like I got angry, but I didn't show the anger.
Okay.
But then that grudge will.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this did I will extend by the chance. So how to handle that? Because it's very minor.
Yes, yes.
Anger is very-
Yes, yes, bro. That is a good question, bro. So generally we see if we have if we are envious of somebody in our mind, then gradually the next step is through words it will appear, and gradually through act it will appear. It will happen gradually in due course of time. So instead of this heart is a pure place, generally we can understand, which Lord Krishna wants to reside. So if you are keeping all these malices like lust, anger, greed, then Krishna won't reside in our heart. So generally if we have some kind of lust or anger, or maybe if we have that attitude towards other, So let me just examine myself, why I should be angry to him. If we just study in such a way, maybe the thing is that actually if you see such a way that actually we are right and they may be wrong in many cases, but still he is shouting at us, or he is creating a situation in such a way that I should actually react. But only thing is that actually at that time we can just understand that I am trying to become a devotee now, but he is not in that level. If I am in the case with non-devotee, so if I tolerate him and if I act in such a way that actually what will happen is that gradually by seeing the qualities in me, if Krishna not see my qualities, all qualities comes from Krishna only, but if I can act in such a way that actually I can inspire him to become a Krishna conscious devotee, then that will do better than myself reacting and spoiling his life. So in that way, if we see, in that angle, if you are able to see, whenever I am having some issues with some other friends or maybe, so we are representing, because people will judge us. If you do 99 things correctly and if you are doing one thing wrong, then they will judge us in such a way. Oh, you are putting Kandimala and you are behaving in such a way, then they will do something like that actually. So we are representing like devotees and ISKCON. So try to the maximum that we should not react in such a way. So, that is the way. So the only way is chanting, take shelter of Krishna's holy name. That's what actually ultimate answer for all these things. But how deep and how deep we are taking shelter, that depends on our chanting purely, and again not committing offenses with devotees also. So all these things are like a sequence. So but only thing is that whenever situations comes, so immediately we can pray to Krishna. That intelligence has to come in such a way. Or best thing is to leave the place and take Japamala and try to chant. That's what actually devotees prescribe. So we should try to act in such a way whenever that situations comes. Krishna will give the remembrance, Prabhu. So we can beg to Krishna that I am not able to control my anger. I am always acting in such a way. So Krishna will give the intelligence properly. Thank you.
We are buying to do three gunas, whatever mentioned, force of material nature. We are buying to. So through this consciousness only we can just come up and
yes.
So that, but this
We are controlled.
suffering.
Yes. So actually we are controlled by three modes of material nature, definitely. So due to that modes only we are reacting in such a way. But only thing is what Krishna tells is that Devi Kesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratya Mam Evayam Prabhadyante Mayam Evan Tanandite. So actually Krishna himself is telling is that actually like these three modes is very difficult to overcome. It's not possible with our own efforts or tapasya austerities. But those who take shelter of Krishna, they can easily overcome. So by taking shelter of Krishna, we can overcome each and everything, even our like 6 vices, kama, krodha, labha, mada, matsarya, and whatever qualities which you are having, actually all these bad qualities will go off actually. So we don't have to separately work on it actually, like I need to remove my anger, I need to remove my lust. So if we think, instead of thinking in that way, let me please Krishna, let me please Krishna. So automatically what will happen is that let me act. So when situations arise in such a way that I should act in such a way to please Krishna, then automatically I won't get angry or I won't get lusty or in such a way. So gradually it happens by practice, and especially it's by chanting Krishna's names also. Sincerely we can chant Krishna's names. So that is the way. So whenever you get free time, try to chant more Krishna's names so that all those thoughts will won't come in our mind. Thank you. Okay, I think we can end now. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavad-Gītā ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.